and Liberty Bell Danielle is sticking with us for the next match, featuring her occasional tag team helpmate, Brooklyn Von Braun, about to lock up with the dreaded Tatiana.
Can't recall if they've ever met before, but definitely it's going to be a wild one, with Brooklyn Von Braun set to lock up with the Golden Goddess Tatiana.
You already know how I feel about Titania and her little lapdog showbiz. I hope Brooklyn wails on her.
The following ladies' match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Syracuse, New York, America's hero, Brooklyn Von Braun.
So Tex, I got curious too. So I checked up the records on Titania and Brooklyn. And no, this will be the first time they've ever faced one another in the ring. Despite Titania's pretty long list of victims before, during, and after her run as Women's International Champion, she's feuded with Taylor Hollycombs, Crystal Gabor, and her feud with Susie Nuclear Campbell 2 years ago was so intense. Susie Campbell hasn't come back for the last 2 years. Titania's a bold one, who challenged Jeannie Parker for the women's world title. In only her third week in her WL, Titania has been, and still remains, bad news.
Oh, I'd forgotten all about that.
I'd forgotten Susie Campbell too. Seems like she left our WL just about the time I was having my first matches here. Wonder whatever happened to Susie. Nukes?
Nobody knows. She could come back again someday. Not impossible.
And her opponent, from West Hollywood, California, she is the Golden Goddess, Tatiana.
Standing at an imposing 6 feet 2 inches and weighing a cool 200 pounds even, Titania is only second in size and power to Dion the Titaness, who towers even over Titania herself. But where Dion and Titania part ways is the way in which they use their size and powers with Titania, opting for a more vicious and weaponized use of her power. She doesn't try to incapacitate the opponent. She actively tries to inflict as much lasting damage as possible. She prefers her way over Dion's, but the Italian Testarossa wins her matches a lot more often. Brooklyn Von Braun is gonna have to keep the Golden Goddess off her feet and inflict as much damage as she can while she does.
Come on, Brooklyn. I'm counting on you.
I wouldn't count to hard Danielle. Brooklyn's in there with a she-beast.
She sure as hell is, Johnny. The referee rings the bell. They come center ring. They lock up collar and elbow. Knee to the midsection from Titania to Brooklyn Von Braun. Brooklyn up over the shoulders of Titania. On 6 feet 3 in the air. Boom. Dropped down like a bad habit was Brooklyn Von Braun. Titania charges a clothesline. Takes her down again, followed up with a knee to the back. Tatiana slams Brooklyn Von Braun's face into the canvas right against the nose. Titania gets a hold of Brooklyn, has her up over the shoulder, takes a walk with her, hangs her up off the top rope. Brooklyn Von Braun in some big-time trouble here, mounting very little offense.
Titania's given her no chance to even try and fight back. She's got to snap out of it quick.
She better. She's in big-time trouble. Tatiana firmly in control of Brooklyn Von Braun for the first minute of this match. There's another arm snap. Titania follows Brooklyn on out to the floor. Oh, man, getting into it with the front row. Just arrogant as all hell. Taunting the crowd. That's Titania for you. Tatiana rounds up Brooklyn Von Braun, gouges the face, goes behind on Brooklyn. Quick counter from Brooklyn Von Braun, nicely done. Almost didn't see it happen. Brooklyn Von Braun, rounded up by Titania. Head first into the ring post time, into the ring post time, into the ring post time, into the ring post time. Oh, well, you've had a lot of that tonight, huh? Titania shoves Brooklyn towards the 11 of the barricades. Big time diving headbutt from the Golden Goddess. More a beast than a goddess. She's like an untamed animal. Tatiana shoved down to the floor by Brooklyn Von Braun, makes her way back inside the ring. Titania taking the long way home here, rolls herself back inside. Brooklyn gets a hold of her. Snaps the arm. Parlays that into an armbar. Finally gets Brooklyn finally getting Titania off her vertical base where she can't do a lot of damage. And that's a smart move. Titania catches another arm snap from Brooklyn Von Braun. Brooklyn delivers a couple of stomps to the hands and fingers of the Golden Goddess, who's probably wishing she had showbiz at ringside tonight. Brooklyn Von Braun starting to really open up here. Going to work on Titania and has her reeling. Titania whipped to the ropes. Brooklyn Von Braun ducks under. Here she comes. Beautiful hip toss from Brooklyn. Whoa, man, she is fast. Did you see that? Okay. Brooklyn Von Braun. Up over the shoulders of Tatiana. There's the Samoan drop. As only she can deliver it. There's the cover. One. Just the one. Brooklyn Von Braun. Still with plenty of fuel in the tank. Titania rebounds off the ropes. Diving headbutt. Man, what is her head made of? Brooklyn Von Braun struggles to get to the corner. Titania charges. A butt bump. Booty right to the face. Tatiana goes to work on the legs of Brooklyn Von Braun. Stretching the ligaments. Torturing the muscles. Titania quickly back up on her feet. Brooklyn counters with a kick to the head. Brooklyn Von Braun dribbling the head of Tatiana like a basketball. Oh, man. Brooklyn Von Braun regaining control of this matchup after Titania dominated the first quarter of it, I'd say. Oh, man, Brooklyn really leaning into her work here on Tatiana. Brooklyn again trying to unscrew the head of Tatiana like a bottle cap. Slams her down to the canvas. America's hero, Brooklyn Von Braun. Just laying in combinations on Tatiana. Titania rounded up. There's a jab. There's a right. And whoa, clubbing blow to the chest. A little bow from Brooklyn Von Braun. The crowd here in Liverpool definitely feeling America's hero. Man. Brooklyn whips Titania to the ropes. Kitchen sink knee to the gut. And Titania rolls out to the floor looking for a break. Good luck trying to get one. Brooklyn fails to connect with the double axe handle. Catches a shot to the midsection from Titania. Brooklyn doesn't miss with that right though. Titania counters with a kick. Rolls herself back inside the ring. Just daring Brooklyn Von Braun to come on back in, and she sure as hell does. They lock it up. Brooklyn head first into the far right turnbuckle. Tatiana yanking on the arm. Moves in on Brooklyn again. Brooklyn quick with the counter. Look at this right here. Brooklyn Von Braun whips Titania to the far left corner. Ooh, hard shot to the gut, and Brooklyn gathers her up. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Nicely done by Brooklyn Von Braun. 1, 2. Oh, man, that was close. Tatiana barely just getting the shoulder up. Brooklyn Von Braun sensing victory might be near. She is stalking the Golden Goddess here. And it could be the... Oh, Titania counters with an elbow. Clothesline takes Brooklyn Von Braun down to the canvas. I think Titania is a little bit provoked at this point. Titania charges. Running splash to Brooklyn Von Braun. Yeah, she's mad all right. Brooklyn Von Braun rounded up by Titania. Escorted towards the ropes. Tatiana rounds up Brooklyn. Oh, man, just pitched her into the ropes. That was ruthless. Titania smelling blood in the water here. Here we go. Oh, man. Spike thumb right to the throat. Brooklyn's gone. 1, 2, 3. There ain't no coming back from that one. Tatiana wins this match up by pinfall.
The time was 6 minutes and 48 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Titania.
The Golden Goddess battles back against Brooklyn Von Braun and picks up an upset win in the process. It was that spike thumb to the throat. Brooklyn had been doing really good for herself up until that point, but once Titania laid in that spike, man, that was it. Brooklyn Von Braun picking up a loss here at the hands of Titania. We will be back with the Psychedelics right after this.